Hello, good morning everyone. I welcome you all to My Body, My Pride workshop today, where you will be learning about body autonomy and consent. In today's session, we'll be learning in detail about what body autonomy means, what is safe, unsafe, and unwanted touches, what are some safety rules that everyone should keep in mind, and what does it mean by consent, and where all does consent matter. The reason why we need to study all of this is because it's very important to first of all know ourselves, keep ourselves well, and protect ourselves. Since we are all students, there is a big world out there with a lot of opportunities to explore, and every time we may or may not come across good people. So, there are some things that we need to be aware of to keep ourselves safe, to keep ourselves attentive to the people around us. So, now let's start by dissecting some words so that we get a clear understanding of what we are going to learn today. So, when you say body autonomy, body is the physical structure of a person or an animal, including the bones, flesh, organs, right? We all have different types of bodies with similar structure of hands, eyes, legs. That is known as a body, right? Yes. Now, coming to autonomy. Autonomy means the ability of the person to make his or her own decisions. For example, you might have an autonomy to decide whether you want to wake up in the morning to go to school or not. So, the ability that you have to make that decision is known as autonomy. When we say body autonomy, it is the right of the person to govern or to decide what happens to their body without any external influence or coercion. Coercion here means by force. So, when you are able to make choices for your own body without being influenced by anyone else or without being forced by other people, that right that you have, which every one of us have, is known as body autonomy. And it's very important that we keep body autonomy in mind. Body autonomy is also important, as if you have heard, there are many religions, many faiths that describe body as a temple which needs to be worshipped, which needs to be protected. Similarly, body autonomy also means that you have all the right to protect yourself, to be aware of your body, and nobody, no extra influence can force you to do something that you don't want to do or you shouldn't do. Now, to understand body autonomy more clearly from your own perspective, to understand it in a better way, to apply it in your lives, come on, let's watch a video now.
This is my body and it belongs just to me. I have knees and elbows and lots of parts you see. Other parts I have are not in open view. I call them my private parts. Of course you have them too. Mom and Dad once told me I was their little gem, and if someone hurt me, to always come to them. One day when we were visiting my Uncle Johnny's house, I was playing with some toys, quiet as a mouse. My uncle's friend came over and sat down next to me and touched me in that place that no one else can see. I got so scared, I froze and just stayed where I sat. I thought, this is my body. Why did he do that? Shh. He said it's our secret and told me not to tell. But I ran away real fast and then began to yell. I told my mom and dad what had just taken place. They said that I was really brave and then each kissed my face. Mom and Dad said they were proud. I told them right away. It made me feel better too. They believed what I had to say. I learned if I was too scared to tell my mom or dad. I could have told my teacher what made me feel so sad. I know it wasn't my fault and I did nothing wrong. This is my body and I'm going big and strong. Your body belongs to you. If someone touches you in your private parts, you should tell mom or dad or a teacher right away. You should never keep secrets from mom or dad. Even if someone you love and trust wants to keep a secret with you, you should tell your parents. You shouldn't take gifts from someone when mom and dad aren't around. You should ask your parents if it's okay first. If the person giving you a gift is a stranger, you should get away from them quickly and find your trusted grown-up. You can tell your mom or dad or teacher anything. They will always be there to help you. If someone touches you in your private parts, you should tell someone right away. Even if that person let you do something you know you're not allowed to, mom or dad or teacher won't be mad. If someone ever makes you uncomfortable, you should get away from them and tell your parents. Even if it is someone you know and love, or even another kid, you should always respect other people's privacy, like knocking on doors before going into a room. Other people should do this for you too. You should tell an adult you trust if someone isn't respecting your privacy. Sometimes it's scary to tell secrets because we don't want to get in trouble. If you've been keeping a secret, it's okay to tell your parents or a teacher. They won't be angry. In fact, they will probably be proud that you were so brave, just like they were for me.
I hope you understood what body autonomy means now. Moving on, coming to the next topic, that is what is safe, unsafe, and unwanted touches. As we all are human beings, we all touch different things, different people every day. Mostly it will be our family members in a day-to-day basis. So there are touches that you need to be aware of, which I'm going to explain to you now. Safe touch. Safe touches are something that will make you feel good, safe, cared for, and important. For example, if when you are, you love your parents, and when they touch you, when they, let's say, hug you, when they kiss you on your head, that kind of touch where you feel safe, you feel good around them, that kind of touches are known as safe touches. Unsafe touch is something that hurts your bodies, that makes you uncomfortable or scared. So if anyone tries to hurt you, it makes the touch painful and you don't really like it. Those kind of touches which makes you uncomfortable and scared are known as unsafe touches, because they are not safe for you. They are not good for you. Now coming to unwanted touches. Sometimes the touches might be safe, but at that moment you may not feel like people touching you. You may not feel good about it. So you draw a boundary for them. You tell them that I'm not feeling like doing it. For example, if someone is about to hug you and you tell them, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling like hugging you right now. So that person might be doing it with a good intention. It is a safe touch. But at that moment, you won't feel like doing it. Therefore, that kind of touches are known as unwanted touches. Understanding all the three kind of touches is very important as a part of body autonomy, as a part of protecting ourselves, as a part of being aware of our bodies. That's why it's very important to distinguish between different kind of touches, so that you know which touch I feel safe with, which kind of touch makes me feel unsafe, or which kind of touches is what I don't want at the moment right now. So, that distinguishment between the three types of touches is very important for yourself and your well being. Now, there are some safety rules that you all should keep in mind when you distinguish between the touches, and every time you should be alert about. So, the first one goes like this: it is not okay to touch someone else's body parts, wherever it can be. Even if they get uncomfortable you touching their shoulders, you should not touch them without their permission. Second one, it is not okay for someone to ask you to touch their body parts. So, if tomorrow there is a person who's asking you to, or who's forcing you to touch their body parts, be it anywhere, it's not okay, and you should know that you shouldn't do it. And whatever they are asking, no matter who they are, it's simply wrong. The third one, it's not okay for someone to ask you to take your clothes off or to take pictures or videos of you with your clothes off. As we all know, from the beginning of this workshop onwards, as I'm explaining, that how your body is your temple and you need to protect it at all costs. And clothes are also very important part of taking care of our body. So when someone asks you to take your clothes off, forcing you to take your clothes off, again, no matter who they are, it's not okay. And it's also not okay for them to take pictures of you or videos of you with your clothes off. This is also a wrong thing for them to do. Fourth rule, it is not okay for someone to show you photos or videos of people without their clothes on. If tomorrow again someone comes and tries to show you pictures or videos of people without their clothes on, immediately be alert that that person is doing a wrong thing, and tell that person to not do it, and understand first of all that it's not okay. So all of these four safety rules, not touching someone else's body part, if someone asking you to touch their body parts, someone asking you to take your clothes off, or taking pictures of you or videos of you with your clothes off, or someone showing you the photos or videos of people without their clothes on, all of these things are not okay. And these are some safety rules that you need to always keep in your mind at any point of your life. Consent is an important part of everyone's life. No matter if you're a child or if you become an adult, consent is always important. Consent means asking for permission or giving permission to the other person. For even if someone wants to take your pen or pencil, or to the level of touching you or hugging you or shaking hands with you, they need to ask for your consent. And you also need to ask for other people's consent for the same. Now, to understand consent in a more better way, let's see a short video which shows in a detailed and descriptive way about consent for children.
This is you. Okay, it doesn't look exactly like you, but let's say it's you. This is your body, and you get to decide what you do with your body. No one else is entitled to tell you what to do with your body. Not your friends, not strangers, not adults you know. No one is entitled to decide what you do with your body, except you. That's called bodily autonomy, by the way. And that's what consent is all about. Everyone is different. Some people love to hug, and some people hate hugs. And each person gets to decide what they're comfortable with. Can a hug-loving person just start hugging someone at random? Nope. They need consent. How do people know if they have consent? They ask. Would you like a hug?
Yes, I would. Can I hold your hand?
I'd rather not.
Okay.
If a person doesn't say yes,
Can I hug you?
then they haven't given their consent. It's really pretty simple. Ask for consent, listen to the answer. By the way, if a person bribes someone or threatens someone to say yes, that's not consent. Sometimes adults will try to tell a kid what to do with their body.
Go kiss Aunt Doris goodbye.
But the kid still gets to decide. No thanks, that makes me uncomfortable. I'll just wave goodbye. Some things kids can't consent to. They can't enter into legal contracts. They can't vote. And they can't consent to sexual stuff, 'cause they're kids. So if an adult does something that kids can't consent to, that's not okay. The adult is wrong, and it's not the kid's fault. And that's when it's most important to tell a trusted adult, like a teacher. Why? Because it's your body, and no one else is entitled to tell you what to do with it.
I hope you understood what consent means from the video. Now, it's also important to know that specifically where all does consent matter. For example, if you want to hug someone, you need to ask for consent, saying, "May I give you a hug?" And if someone asks you the same, you also need to respond by saying yes or no according to your comfort, whatever you feel comfortable with. Secondly, consent comes with photographs as well. As we all know that, it's the world where people take selfies, so many pictures to keep all the memories together. But sometimes ourselves or some other person might not be okay with getting their pictures clicked. Hence, we also should keep in mind that we should ask people that if they're comfortable with their pictures being taken or pictures being clicked. And even the other person also should ask you, or you should say that you are not comfortable taking your own pictures or other people taking your pictures, and you should let them know how you feel about it. Any kind of touch, from handshake to hugs to kisses, any kind of touch needs consent. You touching other people, you should ask for consent. If someone else wants to hug you, they need to ask for consent. So any kind of touches needs consent, even if it's holding hands or any kind of touch. Recordings, audio recordings, video recordings, any type of recordings needs consent. If you are having a very good time, you want to record that moment, just ask for a second, "May I take a video of this?" And if you don't want other people to take your recordings, or even if you want other people to take your recordings, just tell them, "Can you take this video for me?" Or if someone asks you the same question, if that "May I take a video recording or an audio recording?" you answer with a yes or no, again according to your convenience, according to whatever you feel comfortable with. Lastly, confidentiality. Let's say if someone confides in you and shares something that is very personal to them, you should not share it with anyone else. There also consent matters. For example, one of your friend told you a personal thing, and tomorrow you think that it needs to be shared with other person, but then before sharing it with anyone else, no matter how important it can be. You need to ask the person or your friend who told you that. Just ask them that, may I share your personal thing with someone else? I think it's important to tell other people as well. And if they say yes, you can go ahead and share it with other people. But if they say no, you should not share their information with other people. So, hugs, photographs, any kind of touches, any kind of recordings, and sharing out of confidentiality is all some of the major aspects where consent matters. Lastly, at the end of the workshop, My Body, My Pride, I just want to say that consent is everything, everywhere, for everyone. If you see someone else not practicing consent and is harming another person or is bothering another person, you need to be proactive, you need to be alert and either stop that person or approach any elders or adults around you for help, because sometimes taking action by yourself would not be safe for you as well. So it may, in some situations it may feel like, you really want to help someone, but it may not be possible because you might put yourself in danger. So keep your safety also in mind, but also be alert and try to help the other person who is being bothered or who is being harmed. So remember that body autonomy is something that you keep in mind. It's your right to make choices for your body, what and who does what with your body, and give permission. And consent is very important in your life throughout the way, no matter what happens with everything and everyone, everywhere. I hope this session helped you with understanding what body autonomy and consent means and helps you in future to protect yourself, protect your body and be proactive and help other people as well with this knowledge and this information. Now, since all these things might be very new to you, I know there might be a lot of questions, a lot of perspectives, or a lot of ideas or opinions that you would want to share. So, I would like all of you to have a discussion where you can put forward your insights, your perspectives, your thoughts, your questions, so that you get the concepts cleared for your own betterment. Thank you.